Okay, and then I go and I grab another orange, and I believe that makes it weldable. Oh no, you stick it over here.
Oh,
So basically, as you yeah, and then weld, and then this one's just good enough to weld. There's 3. We actually need 7 of these. 7 double ingots for an anvil. It's kind of absurd. And there we go. And weld. We now have 4 double ingots. So we need a couple more. So we'll make the anvil first and then we'll take off. But I want to make sure that we get this going first. So there we go. It'll kind of give people a chance to actually see stuff as well, because I'm sure they've noticed like the different colors and stuff. Basically, the way metal works in TerraFirmaCraft, when you actually start doing actual smithing and all that, is you more or less end up with 3 basic conditions. These 3 basic conditions are very important and very dangerous the further in you get. At first they're very simple, very easy, but like I said, they just get worse and worse the more you do. The conditions are easily met depending on what they are, but the stronger the metal, the harder the conditions are to meet. The first condition is just being able to be worked. Being able to be worked means the metal is hot enough that it is malleable. Once it's become malleable, we can actually start, beating it into shape, right? The second one is weldable. Weldable basically means it's hot enough that with flux we can fuse it together to make a bigger ingot, like these double ingots. Without that flux, we can't fuse jack shit, hence why I believe we did that a couple episodes ago, right? Or it must have been a while now, considering the way we do these things. Essentially, the flux allows us to basically weld these 2 ingots together. 2 ingots can then be worked into a sheet. 2 sheets can be welded together to make a double sheet. And double sheets are used for very specific tools and weapons and armor. Now, the next big thing that I mentioned, because I said there's 3, right? There's weldable, workable. The last one is pretty simple. It's melting. Once a metal reaches a certain temperature and starts to melt, you're just SOL. If you don't have a ceramic mold on the forge at that point in time, you will literally lose the ingot, like just right then and there. It'll melt into the fire, and just pretty much the creator of TerraFirmaCraft deems it evaporation. You literally evaporated or just have completely lost your metal. So you screwed the pooch, basically. Congratulations.
okay.
So now the audience knows, but now Try also knows, because Try is made of awesome and should know all.
Oh, right now I'm trying to make a spindle because I think I found 3. I have 3 things of wool.
Okay, to make a spindle, you need to put some clay on top of a stick.
I already made it, and I need to make it, or I need to put it in a fire pit or pit kiln.
Yeah, essentially that's what we've been doing over there. This right here should not affect the forge, except to keep the rain off. So I might be able to make the stuff we need. The issue is I gotta somehow get the anvil we've got over here over there. So basically we're gonna have to do the same trick we used once before, which is disconnected. Okay, I believe I disconnected it. There we go. Okay.
Do you have a
So,
saw on you?
yes I do.
Alright.
Here's the saw. And it stops raining, of course. Okay. So now I take my hammer and I beat the stone. And then I put that there, and... Alright. So now I just need to heat this bad boy up.
Can I use the forge for the spindle, or do I really have to
You have to actually, burn
do
it.
what I do right here? Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the nasty parts about some of this is you actually do have to flame some of the stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 2 at a time, but I need a quick fire starter. Okay, let's see. Stick. 2 sticks across one another turn into a fire starter. And we go over here and we light this bad boy up. Okay, now for the oh so loving watching this stuff warm. Actually, I'm gonna go get the ceramic molds real quick. There they are. Essentially, as long as these are on the thing,
Oops, sorry.
it's okay. I didn't get hurt that bad. As long as these things are right here, we should be fine. So, there we go. So now I've got the ceramic molds on here. So now it's just a waiting game. Essentially, I think it needs to get to like bright red or orange. The only issue is once it hits orange, we start to have an issue. So, but yeah, let's after we get this anvil going, we'll start making a couple of tools, right? And go from there. But we at some point or another, we basically need to make a crucible. That's one of the reasons why I said we're in a bad biome, is because different biomes will actually spawn different rocks and obviously different ores based on said different rocks. We need phyllolite, or I can't remember what it's called. We need graphite and some pinkish ore, or colite, COALITE, I think. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, we need colite and graphite, and what we do is we smash those into a powder using a corn, right? Which we can also use on corn and wheat and stuff like that to make breads, right?
Alright.
And then after, oh, I can actually weld these, so I need to do that real quick. But after we do that, right? Oh, it's actually not hot enough. After we get that stuff together, right? We can make a crucible. And what a crucible is used in this one is you put it on top of the forge, right? And then after you stick it on top of the forge, oh, see, right, oh, it said danger, because it could melt. But essentially, after you stick it on top of the forge, you can actually melt metals in it. What's even cooler is you can actually transfer whatever metals are in there along with the crucible. So say we want to store like ass tons of copper all in the same place, you could theoretically put it in a crucible, melt it all down, and then just wait for the crucible to cool, and then once the crucible cools, just move the crucible and all its contents.
Okay.
So it can act as mass storage, it can melt down metals, and one of the things that I actually kind of hate, it's used to make the blast furnace. Which means you need at least 2 crucibles to make a functioning blast furnace. Which means
Okay.
which means you need at least 3 if you want 1 crucible to melt your common metals, 1 crucible for your blast furnace, and then the 1 crucible that's supposed to go under the blast furnace. So it's a pain in the ass.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to get us a bed.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Oh, I didn't mention that to you, did I? Get the medium hide real quick.
Alright?
Oh wait, no, we need rawhide. Fuck. My bad,
Yeah.
never mind. Basically, I found out something really cool. Apparently, if you take 2 things of thatch, like 2 blocks of thatch, right? You can put the 2 blocks of thatch down, and then you take a medium or large. I think it's either gotta be medium or large. Large, I know works, but medium, I don't know if it does or not. It'll make a rawhide and thatch bed. Sadly, all this does is reset your spawn point. It doesn't actually turn the world to day like a normal bed does, but
I'd rather have the spawn point than...
yeah, having to constantly run back. Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, so try. You ready? It's time for our moments of glory. Oh, it's hopefully not shame. Okay, and copper anvil. So, let's break this. I'll take all the stuff. And just because I can. Yeah!
Cool.
We now have an actual fucking anvil. So, yeah. We got an anvil, we got a forge, we got fucking copper. Oh man, woo!
And now we're in winter.
Oh god, are we? Oh, it still says late. It still says day 8 also. So I guess we're not in winter until it reaches 8 o'clock. That's weird. Oh wow, I'm about to starve. That's bad. Time to make more shitty food. Huzzah! It's kind of funny. You can either choose, like, I found out about the decay thing. You can either choose to keep the large amount of food and then cut up and then use that, but risk losing it, or you can cut off the decay and extend the life of the food. So that's a fucking catch-22 if you ever heard one. Anyways, we got our forge, we've got everything. I just want to see if Tri can make a bed. If Tri can make a bed, sweet. If not, then there we go. Oh wow, I broke the willow and the tree turned back to normal color. It's kind of weird.